Hey y'all, I'm Shelby, the Fit Foodie Farmer. Welcome to my channel. I'm all about growing food, growing flowers, faith, fitness, food for sure. And today they're calling for some winter weather. This is going to be like apparently a humongous storm in North Carolina, which is where I'm at in Zone 8A. And I figured what better time than to stay inside in the warm and go ahead and start some Lisianthus. Now, this is the first time that I've ever attempted to grow Lisianthus. They say, I've heard it's really hard to grow from seed, or it can be really hard to grow from seed. They recommend at Johnny's, which is where I bought my seeds from, they recommend like a root shield. I'm not paying for that because what I looked at was like $200, and that's like a no-go for me. So I'm just going to try to do the regular old seeds in some seed starting mix and see where it goes. If you buy from Johnny's, they will send you like a little information sheet on growing Lisianthus, and I'm going to see how well I do. There's some hurdles that I may encounter just because they have to grow out so long. This is January 24th when I'm recording, and it takes a good long while for them to grow out inside. So they recommend actually using plugs in some cases, but I'm not like an actual flower farmer. I wish I was, but I'm not really gonna invest that much money since I'm not growing for production. I'm just growing for fun. But you can get the plugs off of Farmer Bailey, and then I think you can get a smaller amount than like the huge production amount. They changed that, so you can get like packs of, I want to say maybe 6 to 12. I don't know, don't quote me on that, but I'll try to put a link where you can check it out if you're interested in plugs over seeds. But the seeds that I got, they are the Corelli Pink and the Arena Gold, and these were two of the cheaper options, which is why I figured, what do I have to lose? I think they were like $6 or $7, so we're gonna try them today and see what happens. So I'm going to start out with the Corellis. I'm going to put my label in, and this is what the seeds come in. And these are pelleted seeds, so they're really, really tiny, and they do the pellets to make them a little bit bigger and a little bit easier to work with. So I'm going to zoom you in so you can see how I do this, and we'll go from there. So I have already put my seed starting mix in my cell tray. This is, I believe, a 98 cell tray, and each one of these have 50 seeds in it. So I'm going to try to make it work in just one tray and make this my Lisianthus tray. But I've already watered it, and I'm going to use a toothpick, and from the water that's already in the soil, usually that can pick up each of the seeds. So I'm going to attempt this, and we'll see how it goes. So if you can see, it picked one up, but I did have to wet the toothpick in my mouth, but that's okay. So I ended up getting a full flat of Lisianthus, geez, if I can talk, full tray here, and then almost a full tray here. I've got 2 rows that I could maybe do something else with. I've covered these with plastic wrap. I know, not really environmentally friendly, but that's what I've got to work with. So I may try to reuse this also, so don't come at me. But I know that the pelleted seeds need to stay moist in order to like disintegrate. so the seed can germinate. So this is what I'm going to try to do to get those pellets to dissolve. We're going to see how they do. I don't have high hopes, but it's still fun doing it. Hopefully, fingers crossed, say a little prayer that they will do really well and we can have pretty flowers come this summer and fall. But I'll keep you guys posted, let you know if they germinate and how they're doing. Hopefully, we don't have any problems, but we're going to find out. And if not, maybe I can do some plugs next year or maybe later in the year. We'll see. But I'll catch y'all guys on the next one. Bye, y'all.